How many times have you waited for motivation to start studying, exercising, or working on a goal but never actually got started? The truth is, motivation is unreliable, but discipline, now that's what separates the top students, doctors, and high performers from everyone else. Today, I'm going to show you how to build discipline backed by science so you can stay consistent even when you don't feel like it. Now, no one, stop relying on motivation. The science of willpower is what I'll just talk about here now. So let me break it down for you to stop relying on motivation. Most people think they need to feel motivated to do something, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel pumped, other days you don't. If you rely on motivation, you struggle to stay consistent. Instead, science says willpower is like a muscle, okay? Roy Baumeister study on ego depletion. Now, just like a muscle gets tired after too much use, your willpower weakens more the more decisions you make. That's why you feel mentally exhausted after a long day. Now, what's the solution? Instead of using motivation or willpower, create routines and habits so your actions become automatic. Just like brushing your teeth, you don't need to feel motivated to brush your teeth because it's part of your daily routine. Now, let's say you want to study every day. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, you should, one, set a fixed study time every day, like for example after breakfast, or make it non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth. Or the third one, remove distractions so you don't have to use willpower. Environment is competition between one task and the other, and the one you have more interest and more willpower for will dominate. So removing distractions makes you have more discipline on a task that needs to be covered. Now, what is the result? You won't need motivation anymore because studying becomes automatic, just part of your daily routine. Now imagine a battery icon. Every time you use willpower to decide something, the battery drains. If you create automatic habit, you save willpower for more important tasks. Number two, I call this the 5-second rule. It tricks your brain into actions. Now, one of the biggest challenges in being productive is hesitation. When you think about studying, exercising, or doing anything difficult, your brain often overthinks and find excuses. Now, that's why we have something called the Zeigarnik Effect. Explains that unfinished task lingers in your mind, making it hard to start something new because your brain feels overwhelmed. What's the solution? Now, it's just a starting difficulty because of there's so much. So, what a solution that I came up with is called the Mel Robbins 5-second rule. Now, it's a simple trick to bypass hesitation. Okay, the moment you feel resistance, like procrastinating, start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head. Just take a pause and count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head, and immediately take action before your brain can make excuses. Why does this work? Now you see, it interrupts hesitation and forces your brain to act. It shifts control from your emotion, which wants comfort, okay, to logic, which get things done. Once you take the first step, it becomes easier to keep going. Okay, so a perfect example is that you need to start studying but you feel lazy. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head and open your book immediately. Once you start, your brain follows through and it becomes easier to continue. The third is identity shift. It is very important because you become the type of person you want to be here. Most people struggle with discipline because they see that something they have to force themselves to do. But there's an easier way. Change how you see yourself, your identity. Instead of thinking, I have to study, start thinking, I am the type of person who studies every day. Why does this work? A 2011 study in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who identify with a habit, for example, I am a disciplined student, are far more likely to follow through than those who simply say, I need to study. Your actions follow your identity. If you believe you're a disciplined person, your brain will naturally push you to act like one. How do you use it now? So instead of I need to study, say for example, I am the type of person who studies every day. Instead of I have to exercise, say I am the type of person who never skips workout. Instead of I should wake up early, say I am an early riser. By shifting your identity, you make discipline effortless. Okay? You make discipline effortless. Now the fourth is make discipline easy. Now with the 2-minute rule. Make discipline easy with the 2-minute rule. Now, what does this mean? Most people struggle with discipline because they set goals that feel too big and overwhelming. For example, I need to study for 3 hours. Feels hard to start, right? Feels hard to start. You might feel it's like if you get me, it's like an activation energy you have to overcome. So another example is I need to work out for 1 hour. It feels exhausting for some people, okay? So the 2-minute rule helps you trick your brain by making tasks so small that it's easy to start. Once you start, you naturally keep going. Now, how it works? Instead of I'll study for 3 hours, say I'll just do 5 Anki flashcards. Instead of I'll run 5 kilometers, say I'll put on my running shoes and jog for 2 minutes. Instead of I'll read 50 pages, say I'll read just 1 page. All right. The trick, once you start, you almost always keep going. All right. So why this works? The Stanford study on habit formation found that small habits are easier to maintain than big ones. Once you start, your brain enters a flow state and you naturally continue the task. Now, this is because your brain resists big tasks but doesn't resist small ones. Starting is the hardest part. The 2-minute rule makes it so easy that you can't say no, and once you begin, you keep going naturally. Now, the 5th one is control your environment. Control your environment. Remove distractions. When I mean control environment, I mean you should remove distractions. Now, most people think discipline means forcing yourself to focus, but the truth is, your environment influences your behavior more than your willpower does. A 2012 Cornell study showed that people who kept fruit on their kitchen counter ate healthier than those who kept junk food visible. And why? It's very obvious. They didn't have to rely on willpower. The healthy option was just easier to grab. Now, the same principle applies to studying and productivity. If distractions are near you, you'll constantly be tempted. If distractions are far away, you won't need to fight them. You'll just focus naturally. If your phone distracts you, put it in another room while studying. Okay? If social media kills your focus, use website blockers like Cold Turkey or Freedom. If you want to work out more, keep your workout clothes next to your bed so it's easier to start. If you want to drink more water, keep a bottle on your desk. All right. So by removing bad options, you are making good ones easier, or you make good ones easier by removing bad options. Okay, and you won't have to rely on willpower. Discipline isn't about willpower. It's about making good choices easy and bad ones hard. Control your environment and discipline becomes effortless. All right. So what are the 5 tips again? Stop waiting for motivation. Take actions first. Use the 5-second rule to break hesitation. Adopt the identity of a disciplined person. Use the 2-minute rule to make habit easy, and set up your environment to eliminate distractions. All right. So we've basically covered the best discipline tricks backed by science, but this is just the beginning. There's so much more to mastering productivity. Subscribe and let us level up together. So tell me, which discipline hack will you try first? Comment which of them caught your attention. Bye for now.